This lovely edition of COG Academy is going to be Game 3 on Day 2 of Week 3. So, bringing it in on the left side, we're going to have Good Guy Mark again on the Ymir in the support role, Doughboy on Hercules in the solo lane, Horizon Walker on Hunbats in the jungle, Giannis with no J because he is an anus will be playing Janus, and then Xenotronics on Medusa.
On the red team, Haters will also be playing Ymir.
Haters.
Zarian will be on Hell. Grandma Lama will be reprising his jungle role with Thanatos. Too Many Apples on the Chronos, and I Hate Login, because no one likes to do that, is on the Apollo ADC. It's always good to see Apollo, and this will be a nice first match to see what Medusa can possibly bring to the table on an experienced ADC. This will be fun.
Apollo's starting short bow. He's going to go right into an oboe.
I think this is the build that Kira and then we're talking about going into, starting off with the Death's Toll and the short bow, and kind of go into that, be able to clear since he has those issues. But we'll see how it works out, especially against Medusa.
It's going to be really interesting. I'm super curious to see how that works out. Over in the dual lane side of things, there's not a whole lot of difference there, as Hell able to clear out just as fast as the rest, as they get to lane about the same time, and they even got both buffs. So, Hurt looking for a pull on not finding one, but over on this left side, it is going to be Apollo on the short end of the stick, using his audacity to try and get as much clear as he can, because obviously his number one, so beautiful, not going to be doing quite as much. Medusa with the amazing poke that she always has, using it on the minions. It's going to dash through the wave.
Side for that to happen, but over here on the solo lane, Achilles just kind of in the middle of minions, just pulling them back, trying to clear them out. He'll back up a little bit as Hell will heal up Grandma Lama. That's kind of a dangerous start to a solo lane right there. You got a Hell and Thanatos who can really just heal up pretty easily and do a ton of damage early. So blue team being a little careful. Hunbat's looking to rotate over. We'll see if he's playing bait now. He's definitely not playing bait. He's definitely out of there. So
Horizon Walker heading to mid. Chronos playing safe, so he will be all right when the monkey gets there. They're just pushing up with the wave. So monkey didn't quite get there soon enough to get most of that wave. They'll be going back to those. They're going to look to clear out this next wave, then go to back harpies. Thanatos coming in from the side.
Left-hand side over here. First Blood's probably going to go to Xenotronics. Oh, he's a hit away. I Hate Login has to go home. Oh, the auto attacks were good, but just not enough damage yet, as he was just barely able to escape back there. So he'll lose a little bit of experience having to go back that early, but hey, at least he's alive versus giving up First Blood.
And he's able to pick up Charged Bow, so he's going to get a much better clear now. He probably was going to be looking to go back soon anyway, because getting that Odysseus Bow right off the bat is going to be a long wait. And this is going to help his clear significantly. And we're super curious to see how this works out. Right back mids go to those pair in the mid lane for the blue team, and then the, left back mids go to the red team. Looking to get them all to level 5 as soon as possible. Here Apollo is in the mid lane, in the left lane. Starting that clear with this this charged bow can help him get the poke out as well as clear out the wave. Ymir gonna just free up the situation. So the first time Apollo's been on the winning end of a wave.
The rotations for mid camp starting already, as Good Guy Mark is heading over a little bit behind, as Too Many Apples, and the red team will end up securing that. Oh, the freeze comes out from Haters, and he's going to go down with a beautiful wall play. Beautiful Mark will end up taking, Good Guy Mark will end up taking Haters down right there.
Haters
on
the same team. So on the other side, it will be the lovely Good Guy Mark going down. But, First Blood going that way. Going on to the Ymir, not necessarily a bad thing. He's going to get the farm up a little bit faster. Be more tanky and more useful, so we'll be able to participate in things and not get blown up. Hell over in the right lane, just, doing hellish things. Herc not able to land a pull and push yet, because she is obviously still alive. So it looks like Apollo's doing all right now with the charged bow. He's up in mana. I mean, he's got full mana. And just using his auto attacks right now to clear.
Yeah, really didn't lose too much gold there. I mean, when he did have to go back, it wasn't the worst scenario for him. I mean, he didn't lose too much out there. Was able to get the charge bow, like you said, so that's helping him out. He does have to be careful. Good Guy Mark's in lane, zoning him out a little bit. So Just have to relax as Xeno will go back, and this is more likely for Devos. So he'll start stacking. As I'm kind of interested to see the rest of this Apollo build and how it works out. It's going to be a little bit interesting to watch as Too Many Apples going into his typical Doom Orb. Seen that many a times on him as he's played mid lane. Buffs being taken across the board. Blue team getting their red. Also Hoonbot's collecting the speed camp right there. More likely going to be helping Hercules out in a second. So no invades on the camp on this 4-minute and 30-second camp respawn timers that we got. Actually come up a little earlier than that, right around the 4:15, 4:20 mark, depending on what's going on, but most of them getting taken now.
So I hate logging, getting purple buff, heading back into lane. He's going to have a wave to clear out here as Medusa and Ymir went ahead and pre-cleared that wave so they could safely take their own buff. And let's check out this wave clear from the charge bow Apollo. Not taking a whole lot of damage, obviously, using his So Beautiful, doing what he can, and, you know, he cleared it up just fine. Didn't take too much damage. He's still full health, relatively speaking, even though he was tanking the entire wave. So, can't complain.
I mean, DevStall doing its thing. I mean, that's what DevStall used to do in Season 1. I mean, it was the item every ADC started off with because of that reason. Was, hey, I got lifesteal with hitting, and I also get mana back, so why not?
Yep. Ooh, nice slide from Apollo.
Thanatos coming in on the backside. Blue team does see this. They're warded out there, so he has to be careful. Misses the silence. He'll connect on the def side, though. Oh, the Petrify comes out from Medusa. Xenotronics cleaning that up, but I hate logging on the backside. Able to get good guy Mark. But Xeno not done here. He wants the rest of these kills. Oh, Serenade.
Ooh. Serenade almost got him out of that. It wouldn't have lasted long enough for him to really make a difference, but hot headers goes down to Hunbats. And Kronos will rewind, put himself in a little bit better position. He's going to try and look for a time stop on the monkey, which he will find, and then just going to go ahead and head towards the middle lane, where he's going to try and get cut off by possibly Medusa and Giannis.
Ooh, nice teleport by Sacred Monkey right there, as nothing will end up following it, but had an attempt there to make some moves, but Kronos just... Oh, he's still hopping over. Horizon Walker wants Too Many Apples down, as good guy Mark will blink and hit the freeze. Oh, that's going to be a dead apple.
Too Many Apples, a little too big for his britches there, going really deep into the enemy jungle, going to get taken down. But on the backside, Grandma Llama finding a Giannis in the mid, using that ultimate and then into a Death Scythe to secure a kill. And he's going to have plenty of minions to clean up in the mid lane, which is going to help him pull really far ahead of the enemy Hunbats, who just also cleaned up their enemy mid laner. So, jungle for mid, and the jungle taking a mid. Very good tit for tat.
So we see Apollo going into the Cursed Gauntlets right now, going into the dev, so he will start stacking lifesteal. Just going to end up being his second item he picks up, as the charge bow is there to help with the clear, as you said. So he'll start stacking a little bit late, but, you know, his clear's still available. Won't be that big of a deal. He's a little bit behind on the lifesteal.
Still the same level, though, which, you know, I mean, he was behind a little bit earlier as they almost took him down. So the fact that he's caught back up is quite nice. Quite nice, and he does have a kill to his name. Over on the left side, right now, the Reds could have an opportunity. It looks like they're going to seize it as they're going to the left lane. Hatters will go down, and Apollo's going to go ahead and go up into his ultimate. Medusa looking for what she can, but Thanatos and Kronos also rotating over this way with Giannis shortly in tow. There's not really... The Death Scythe will land. The Silence will also land. Kronos going to land the time stop on nobody, but Giannis is here to do what he can. Thanatos going to go up into the air, and he will fall to the poison. Poison OP on Medusa. So, it was, I'd say if Kronos and Thanatos had rotated slightly earlier, they may have been able to affect the outcome of the initial fight. But they were trying to get work done in the middle lane, and so then they ended up paying for it when they kind of had a late rotation, and the guys on their side had died in the duo. Time stop going out will not be successful. Hell rotating over now, going to try and heal, but the blue team will secure that Gold Fury for themselves, and go ahead and escape out of there. 3-kill lead for blue, and as well as a Gold Fury. So,
well, they're going to need to pick up a Weakening Curse at some point, as the good guy Mark has elected to get Blink, which is typical in Ymir, so I'd like to see Hercules pick up the Weakening for the team, as he is the solo laner. You're going to need to stop that Hell, because if this does get into, 30, 35 minutes, Hell heals are just going to be relatively annoying. Without a Weakening Curse, she's just going to be a pain in the butt to deal with.
relatively annoying is an understatement. Hell is going to full heal the team, and that's just going to cause nightmares. As she's doing pretty darn well in the solo lane at the moment. I mean, she's going to force Hercules to get a teleport. If he doesn't, it's going to cost him his tower pretty soon, or pretty early in the game.
I'd rather lose the tower and get a weakening. I'd rather say, hey, I'll beat you late game versus this mid game, which doesn't really matter too much.
I would agree with that too. I mean, you as a Herc right now, you don't want to have to get a teleport because you've already got a Hand of the Gods, and that's already, you know, taking up one active slot that you really wish you could use for something else. Especially come later game where, you know, it's not really too useful for Herc, as he can pretty much clear anything. But right now, Hell's Tower is the one that is under the most threat. Hunbat's rotating over here to clear the blue out for his man, Herc. Left mid going the ways of the red team, and will they be able to get the rights too, as they're coming up in a rather disproportionate time in respawning. And I Hate Logging goes down as Ymir and Medusa go ham on him. But Thanatos and 3 in the mid, looking for an engagement. Medusa and Ymir going into the jungle looking for anything, but they will not find anything as there is no buffs available. So,
yeah, that combination working really well, Medusa and Ymir over there, as the freeze will come in, and then you just have poison darts going in, then you have acid spray, and to top it all off, Petrify is a phenomenal ultimate as it can do a ton of damage. Wasn't used in that engagement, but has been used previously. Medusa is doing well. Oh, she will use it here in the mid lane. She will freeze Hatters, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, Horizon Walker.
Did you see that wall? The coordination on that was phenomenal. Ymir put the wall, Hunbat's put his ult down, and it just trapped Ymir. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't go backwards. It would have been better for him if he was able to just, you know, veer backwards. But no, the wall prevented him from moving. He was just feared in place, taking full damage of everything, and just getting blown up by Medusa. Because, you know, Medusa has very, very low damage, as everybody knows, because that's why they nerfed her several times. And she's 4-0. I'm totally being sarcastic about the low damage portion. Medusa going into what looks like it's going to be an Iqbal as soon as it is available, and it looks like she's going back right now to pick up possibly that. It depends on if she's going to Iqbal or to a charge ball. There it is. Iqbal is picked up. And she's going to start being super annoying. I guess I can kind of agree with some of the nerfs that did with her, giving her a scaling on her attack speed versus just 100%.
Crazy, like, yeah, just 100% on level 1 was just like bam, 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 bam. It's like, all right, now that's a little.
It is and it isn't. It's not.
I don't like that max rank isn't 100. I think max rank should still be 100%. I felt like that was a big strong point of the fact that she can get off 3 successive shots back to back to back extremely quickly and do the burst damage as she does. Her base attack speed is relatively low, and you normally don't see her putting out, you know, too many auto attacks. And she got the Iqbal now, and more than likely will go an Executioner, so it will put her up there in attack speed. But that buff, that #1, the Viper shot, was really where she shined at.
Yep, right now she's going to use it on Apollo, but Apollo will mez her out of that. Now Ymir going to use his own ultimate, but still showing the power of that damage. Now Medusa's going to turn it onto I Hate Logging, who is going to pay for the transgressions of everything. So many walls coming out and Blink being used by Ymir defensively to run away. He tosses up a wall to, it's just, you know, they're building houses over in left lane.
In the mid lane, while that was going down, apparently Horizon Walker and Giannis with no J having a little bit of issues with the Chronos and the Thanatos, so they had to go around the right-hand side, playing a little ring around the Rosie action as Thanatos will try to help secure these left-hand harpies for himself. Monkey will pop over there. No, the ultimate is used. Oh, Thanatos is just in a wall. Thanatos is, I mean, the placements by Fear No Evil by Horizon Walker are just great at this point. He's just putting people in the wall so they can't go anywhere, and he's just able to do damage, and his teammates are able to help clean up any cleanup that needs to happen. As Gold Fury is now spawning, Bay will be coming down for her perch shortly enough, and I can imagine they'll try to start this here in a second as they have the complete vision over it.
Red's got some good vision on them, but they have the Sentry.
Ymir's too far back, and with no Hog 3, I doubt that there's really any worry about it. Blue team will go ahead and secure that, as Medusa will look to engage on top of Chronos. Oh, the freeze does miss, though, from good guy Mark. All attention is going toward this hell at this moment in time. Apollo comes in, though, from the skies, and he wants this Medusa.
Able to clean up the Ymir and the Medusa. Apollo, you know, being annoying as he normally is, getting a lot of damage out there. But Apollo going into his, finishing off his boots, getting his stacks up on his Devo gloves. So he's able to catch back up somewhat. Putting out some assistance there, getting an assist.
I feel like the build on Ahilagan is really efficient. It's doing what it needs to do. He's been caught out in a couple situations where, you know, he's been killed, and he's got one kill to his name, as you said, but versus 4-1 on the other ADC. We'll see if they're able to go ahead and take this tower down while Xeno is down. Should be no issues as they've got 2 men over there. So that would give
shooting
Apollo
backwards.
a little bit of help.
Left tower goes down to Apollo. So at the moment, they're pretty much even. I mean, not in gold, but even in towers. They're close in kills. They're 10-5. It's not a blowout by any stretch. So that can be made up in a couple very good team fights either way. They can actually make or break this game for the blue team if they can continue with these good objective controls and engagements. Good pickoffs. It seems that Red's having a better team fight, and Blue is having a better ganking, rotational-centric type kills. But, I mean, you got Giannis, who's the king of escapes, so he's very hard to lock down. Medusa level 15, Paul level 13, so he's starting to pull ahead. Medusa is a very strong ADC, and she's going just into more attack speed, and that's really what you don't want to have happen. In the mid lane, Ymir trying to get a freeze on top of the Thanatos, but he will use his ultimate and skirt on out of there.
Doughboy just taking a little bit of poke from Hell over here at the mid Harpies on the right hand side and missed the Earthbreaker, as he'll just miss the driving strike as well. And this might put him in an awkward spot, but he'll have some backup with Giannis. No, the Frost Giant goes into a portal, but ends up coming back out of it with a freeze. Stop time will be used, and there goes a Doughboy down.
Giannis was
in the air as well. He's landing on Horizon Walker. He wants this kill. Beats used on top of the monkey, but the freeze comes out. He'll still get Graham Lambo will pick up the kill there. Now all eyes are on good guy Marquez. Oh my gosh, it's a dead Frost Giant, my friends. Oh, Medusa gets 2 with the Petrify right there, trying to help defend something. As this is where that weakening curse really needs to come out, and Hercules elected not to go weakening, and he went into teleport 3. This is going to be an issue if this game goes, well, when it does go longer, as this is not going to be a gimme game at any point in time here.
Not at all. Hell doing what she does, which is going to be healing up the entire team. Apollo shining in his rotational ability, able to come in and assist his team fight, but Hell in that matchup right there, just before they started that fight, at the mids, Hell was just like, you know what, I want to kill Giannis. Forced an ultimate out of Giannis. He had to just get out of there because she was just dumping all sorts of damage onto him, and she was at full health. Nothing Giannis could do out of that, and so they were able to turn their attention to Hercules, blow him up, and then just continue focusing everybody else. So,
yeah, kind of disappointed to see Hercules pick up the teleport 3, honestly, as if you were going to pick up teleport, then don't pick up Hand of Gods. You know, just live with the fact that you're going to have a little less clear early on without Hog, and then go ahead and pick up something else. As you said earlier, he can clear late game. It's fine. He has no issues with it. A little early would have sucked, but in all honesty, that would have been a better option versus not having a weakening curse.
The problem that he actually had to get a Hand of Gods for is that Hell's just going to heal her minions over in the clears department. I mean, Herc's going to try and pull them, then Hell's going to try and heal them before he gets his driving strike off, or vice versa. Right after he gets the driving strike, she's going to heal him, so he's just got to take that much longer to clear out those minions. But having that teleport, I still don't think he needed to get a teleport. He's already got her tower down, and
get a teleport surprisingly, so that was kind of interesting to see her with TP. But that's just going to give her the flexibility when she gets that up to level 3, just to go into any team fight and just start healing instantly without any issues, without a weakening curse. Like you said, I mean, Hell is going to do Hell things, and she's going to heal the whole team as she.
They got one slot on Medusa. Everybody else is picked up.
Yeah, Medusa's going to get greater sprint. I mean,
she does have some healing reduction on her, you know, her dash, but it's not to the effectiveness of, you know, weakening, which is something that she would really need to pick up in that case.
It's a
I don't know. They
50%
might pick it up.
healing
They might
reduction,
ask her to pick it up as a clutch thing.
Well, that would be a great play by Xeno if he can be the team player right there, as his lacerate will reduce healing by 50%, but that's only going to be on one player.
Yep.
So if Hell is healing a team, you know, and if he does jump on, per se, you know, I Hate Login, then that's going to be where I Hate Login's getting reduced healing, but the rest of the team's still getting healed.
Pretty much.
You know, I like to see some anti-healing just come out of the team in general. We have Hercules with the Pestilence, going to do something there. Giannis can go ahead and pick up a Divine Ruin, as it looks like he's going into... I'm going to guess that's Book of Toph. I don't think he's going to go Soul Reaver that fast. At some point, like I said, I like to see a Divine come out of him, and really that's about all they've got available for when it comes to anti-healing.
Yeah, it's alright, but it's of course not optimal. If they're going to go into a huge team fight, they're going to have that Weakening Curse to just stop Hell from healing, and then they're going to have to blow her up fast. Because if the thing you do as a Hell player on the red team is, if a Weakening comes out, you guys disengage fast. Like, do whatever you got to do to get out. We're going to wait 8 seconds, then we're going to go back in. Or 10 seconds. I can't remember exact length of duration of Weakening Curse, but it's like 8 to 10 seconds. And... you know, once that weakening's down, then they are just free to engage. So it's still, even the weakening's not an optimal pickup, but if there's anything that's going to help against Hell, it's going to be Weakening Curse.
With Ymir on the other side, like you said, it's really about, hey, let's go ahead and get a weakening pop, let's freeze, let's go ahead and blow up the Hell, and let's go and eliminate the threat of healing, and then let's focus on the targets. And normally, like you said, you want to see the team disengage off that, but without it being picked up right now, they've got no fear.
The extreme problem they're going to have is that Ymir's going to look to initiate on Hell. She's got full 3 beads. So, if they do that, she's just going to beads out of it. Continue on healing and doing her thing, doing damage.
Stacks on Warlock as well. I mean, she's got some health. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. She's got 2,300 HP. You know, their tank has less than that. Hatters has 2,200 HP. So let's put that into perspective, that max HP going down. But there's a huge fight at Gold Fury as the ultimates are coming out left and right. Doughboy will throw down his boulder and connect as Xenotronics is just doing what he does and just picking on I Hate Login. Poor Apollo can't seem to get a go in this match right now, as Thanatos is the next target for them. But Xeno is just taking his Gold Fury down.
Not quite sure why Too Many Apples is sticking around this. He's putting himself in a seriously bad situation, but he will be able to get out. Over there on the left side, Giannis just trying to go as hard as he can on Thanatos. Thanatos will end up going back, but it was a beautiful Aegis by Giannis. Thanatos was looking to get, you know, a lot of damage onto Giannis and also get some health back, but Giannis Aegised it, and Thanatos got nothing. So that definitely forced him out of the fight. Very good team fight by them. They did everything that they could. They focused Hell until she was very dead, and once she was dead, they turned on everybody else, and it worked like it should. So we'll have to see if they can continue this trend with, you know...
Well, here's that Lotus Crown coming out on Hell. This is the next thing you're going to see. Jade Mountain Helm's going to lead into a Lotus Crown, as she already has Breastplate of Valor, so she'll have even more physical protection from the ADC and from Humbats and Doughboy himself. The Hercules won't be doing nearly as much damage, so Giannis will be the main damage dealer toward Hell. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. Is this giving more protections? This Hell's going to get tanky. She's going to get tanky quick.
So everybody's kind of splitting up, looking for the farm, getting things that they want to get. Clearing out waves. Next big fight, it's going to be Fire Giant. They need to start getting the wards down, counter-warding, getting wards. As you can see, there's only one standard ward from the blue team on Fire Giant at the moment. Hell opting to go back at the right now with, you know, 500, 600 gold. Not sure what she's going to pick up. Oh, she's going to sell. Ah, she's getting a Lotus Crown. She sold her Vampiric Shroud to go ahead and fund that item. Trying to think of a catchy word and was failing horribly at it, but here we go. The Fire Giant dance has begun. Blue team hovering around there with their very small vision control. Looking to see if they can get a pick.
At all over here. We'll see what happens. Giannis is kind of out in no man's land for a second. Oh, the big freeze by Adders, but no one there to follow up with it. So Hercules attempting a pull through the wall. I don't know if he realizes that he won't fly over that, but
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Crazy if he did. I mean, if he flew over walls like that, I'd be playing Hercules all day, just sitting on the other side of walls, going, "Yeah, I'm gonna pull you."
If only it reached far enough. The amount of times they've changed Hercules' pull, I can't even count. But Giannis did go into Soul Reaver. I'm surprised. He did not go into that Book of Thoth. Seems like he's going for that super high single target damage. Maybe looking for Hell. Hell already being ulted on. And there she's just going to heal herself up and continue leaving the scene of the crime, as it's two ultimates down, Giannis and Hunbats. And now they're going to be falling back. Looks like they may be going to bait out a fire.
They have it, but they definitely don't, as Apollo is still split pushing, and he has his ultimate available and can come in at any point in time, as blue team wisely not taking the bait over their Fire Giant as the wards do come down. Apollo just going to keep split pushing. He can get in this fight at any point in time. Hercules there to stop him, though. Hercules just walked over there. He didn't use his teleport, so he'll still have TP available if he needs to get to the fight quickly enough. So we'll see what happens, but obviously...
Oh, wow. Apollo with a beautiful Serenade is going to stop Herc's driving strike before it even touches the minions. So it was down, and it's going to allow these minions to go on in there and do some damage to the tower. But that was just cool. I mean, that couldn't have been timed any better. I mean, he literally canceled out driving strike. Not just, you know, made him recast it, but he canceled it. There comes the boulder from Hercules, but Apollo is not concerned. He's going to hop up on his chariot of getting awayness, and he's going to run on over to this right side. I don't think he's going to look to engage. He does not have the health for it. He's going to look to head back to base. But Hunbat's ult down, Hercules ult down, Apollo's going to run out of mana just a tier 2, and now he's going to back to base. Blue team going to start up the Fire Giant, even though they were...
They've got... Hatter's got the blink. I mean, so this is going to be an engagement. Again, you got to put Ymir in combat there. There we go. They're putting him in combat, making sure he can't blink in there. Threshold's still not down close enough yet. Almost at half. It seems to be about at half now. The zoning on duties by Hoonbots is just amazing, and he's just keeping out Hatters and just... They really had no say in it. Red team just couldn't really do anything about that as they pushed him back. So blue team with the Fire Giant, all 5 team members with FG at this moment, and now it's pretty much siege time.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on.
Hell back up. Thanatos back up. They're going to look to engage on this if they can, but they don't really want to fight over tier 2. Going to put up that wall to stall them out a little bit more, let them group up, falling back to their Phoenix. But blue team's going to go over to the mid tower. They want to go ahead and farm up and get all the available money on this map. Continue to press their lead, which is about 8,000 gold right now. And they're going to continue pushing that up to 10. And on over to push up to 12 as soon as they can. Thanatos kind of chilling out over here, waiting for a speed buff, and he's going to get it really fast right now. Making sure that there's nothing available for the blue team to take in counter invades on their map. Hercules just doing Herc things. I don't care about towers. Mitigate wounds because, you know, at max level, why can I not use it to, you know, just get all of my health back? So now it's going to be the waiting game for red team. They're going to put wards out amongst the jungle to keep track of where the blue team is. Blue team going to go for a free gold fury, going to increase their lead yet some more. And, you know, so is this game. Going to be time for red to wait it out.
Yeah, I mean, they lost all their tier 2s. They were not able to do any sort of stall tactics, as 2 more minutes will be left on FG for blue team, and nobody is looking like they're even close to dying on that side, as they just took all the towers for free pretty much. So Apollo just kind of a little bit far out there, but with nobody in sight, as we'll see how long he decides to stay out there.
He's got his ult ready. He's not afraid. If he sees anybody, he's just going to ult out. That's all it is at the moment. And here comes Hercules and Ymir and Hunbats. They're going to look to jump on him very fast. There's the wall. There's the freeze. There's the call for support. Oh my goodness, Horizon Walker with a huge crit. Going to take down I hate logging on the Apollo. Did not opt to use the Serenade before trying to use his ultimate, which I think might have cost him his life. Well, obviously it did, but... Now, on the other flip side of this, Medusa in kind of a bad, awkward spot. And guess who picked up a Weakening Curse?
Medusa picking up the Weakening Curse for the team, realizing what was going on. That's a really smart play, actually, by Zeno, but Nazarian had plenty of backup in that time, but still used it. Hey, that's what you got it there for. Almost came out with a kill on Nazarian as well. As both Ymirs will freeze. Hatters is just using it to defend the Phoenix. Fear no evil. Driving Strike will miss. Connect on nothing. Hell just keep healing up on people. Well, Zeno's down for 30 seconds. His Weakening comes back up in about the same amount of time. So next engagement will be full on with that Weakening in the big fight. So I'd imagine that Nazarian will be the focus as Hell is going to be the target of choice.
Yeah, they can burn down Hell. They're going to be able to pick on the rest of the team. Hell, along with a lot of healing, is doing a lot of damage. So having...
She does damage too? Are you kidding me, Demon? She does damage. What kind of shenanigans is this by Hi-Rez? What are they doing here in Smite?
I don't know. That's why people like ShadowQ and stuff love Sylvanas as a support, because he is a god that is not going to be going in there and trying to do damage. He's going to go in there and look for control and healing. Hell, the problem she has is that with her sliding scale passive, if she's in Light Stance, she's going to have that scale over on Light Stance, and if she switches over to Dark Stance to do some damage, it's not going to be nearly as effective as her healing is in Light Stance. So she's got to predetermine what she wants to go in with, and then try and stay in that mode as long as possible. And if she's going to be a healer, then they've lost a significant damage, giver on the team. Ymir getting a beautiful freeze, throwing out his ultimate, going to use it just before Medusa gets out. Thanatos turning his attention to Medusa, silencing that out, but he is going to get focused by the three of those guys and be quite dead now. And here they're turning their attention to Hell and what's left. Medusa will go down. Thanatos did die, of course. And now Hell next up on the focused list.
Oh!
Giannis.
There we go. Unstable Vortex combo. There it is. That's the Portal Unstable Vortex. That's a Giannis signature move right there. And with a name like Giannis with no J, I'd imagine he knows how to use that character. So they'll go ahead and start the Fire Giant. Sadly, they're not going to wait for 35 seconds required to go ahead and pick up Xenotronics with this. They're just going to have to burn it quickly, as Hatters is attempting to slow them down, but get Driving Strike into the wall. Apollo just diving in, not scared of anything. Well, I Hate Logging looked like he was the man without fear, but he ended up just dying for that dive.
He put them at a significant disadvantage. I mean, they got Hunbats, and Giannis is so low they can't start the Fire Giant now. So that was definitely a good rotation by Apollo, and very smart on that regard to try and get any work done. And they prevented Fire Giant from being taken. So what more can you ask from that? Also, with a couple people down on the blue team now coming back up and coming back up in 35 seconds.
Well, here's the ultimate by Giannis. It says, hey, were we just in our base? Let's go ahead and quickly go over there. So, and they'll start it up again. And this time with Zeno here with the ADC, the damage will be easy enough as long as he can tank it properly. Seems to be doing fine. Grandma Lama will be trying to come over that way, but looks like they'll leash it out. They're going to focus on trying to kill this Thanatos instead, who will just use his ultimate get out of... Well, he's not going to land on anybody. I wouldn't do it if I was him, so...
No, he was trying to see if it was ready to be taken, but they leashed it because they know Thanatos is AUG 3, and if he had an ultimate, used it, he could steal it quite easily.
Well, this time Hell's in the party along with other Ymir, and we'll see if there is any sort of steal attempts as Hercules is on the zoning duty right now. But that's twice now Fire Giant hasn't started. That's twice now that it hasn't stopped. And this will be round 3 fight. We'll see what happens this time. Oh, Giannis takes a big Fire Giant sword to the face.
Puts him at half health. I think Ymir's going to look for jumping on Giannis. Hercules getting the bubble off of the Ymir.
Oh,
there goes the big old boulder. Giannis ult used, hits the Thanatos. Ymir's going down, and he will be quite dead. And now Thanatos, if he's got a chance to get in there, now's the time, as Fire Giant is in hog range, and there it goes. But Grandma Lamb going to get taken down by Horizon Walker. On the other flip side, Hell using teleport to wards to teleport herself to safety, and then she's just going to back there as she actually looked invisible. but she was hiding in the
Apollo
ward.
is split pushing over there on the left-hand side. At this point, base race isn't what Apollo wants with 3 members on the right-hand side. Hercules is there again. This is a repeat of what we saw earlier, and Hercules kind of, I don't know if he came out on top or not. He did have help, but this time good guy Mark using his ultimate offensively to make sure they stay away from that Phoenix. And they'll clean that up, and at this point in time, looks like I Hate Login did decide to use his ultimate, but he will be without mana when he lands in this mid-Phoenix and more likely dead. Oh, he'll just go down.
Yeah, he opted not to go too deep into that fight because he would be very low, and with no Phoenix support, it's going to be a very tough fight. Oh, that Giannis ultimate barely grazing Ymir. Not able to do enough to kill him. But 3 Phoenixes down. It's blue team's game to lose. They're going to go ahead and fall back. Maybe pick up another Gold Fury. And then look to siege the Titan.
Yeah, at this point in time, you could just force the fight. I mean, you got Firetown and all the team. I mean, you really don't need to go back. You got, there's no minions coming up your way right now, so I mean, they don't want to really push it too hard. But I think they had the team fight present. Nazarian down for at least at the time was about 15 seconds. No healer online. They could have made a play over there and attempted to end it, but they'll take the safer route. Pings coming off across the map for blinky reasons because people like to do things on the map. Giannis wins. Giannis ult up. This is what I want to know. Giannis ultimate comes up in 1 second. There it is. All right, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and look for the Giannis ultimate shenanigan in the base with the rest of the team and an end. As the whole team, blue team, does have ultimate available. Giannis is probably trying to rally his troops across the map and will say, hey, I've got ult, boys. Let's go.
I think they're just looking to do a slow push. I mean, everybody's fanned out to their buffs.
Giannis. Go. No, attack. I said you're going to attack. Don't make me look bad. No. Well, this is what happens when you don't know what they're actually going to do and you just take a best guess estimate at it. So my guesstimation was off.
Yeah, I mean, based on their positioning now, they're just looking at pushing up all the waves. They've got 3 Phoenixes down. At this point, the safe move is to just push up all the waves. Don't get picked off. The red team has to try and defend all the 3 waves at the same time, too. So,
but who wants safe? We want fun. Go kill things. Do things.
Speaking of fun, Giannis just absolutely destroying too many apples on the Chronos. Ymir going to go down here shortly too as the overhand smash comes around, and this is going to be the game as hell falls.
It just sounds like bow does so much damage. Wow, wow, wow. She just hits so hard. Weakening Curse is also used. Still go ahead and try to make sure there's no healing done on the red team right there as focus the Titan 6%, and there she goes. Or he goes. I guess it's a Titan. It's a male Titan.
Possibly. I mean, could be a very...
I don't really know. Titans don't have gender to my knowledge, so just Titans.
Yep. I wonder if really 2 Titans get together. Do they make a baby Titan? Is that called a Titan?
It might be, but I really like your call on saying Zeta would pick up the Weakening Curse. It was a really good pickup by him. It helped out in a lot of the team fights, as it's a real team play right there, because ADCs normally love that greater sprint to go ahead and catch up and do a lot of damage. So,
oof. 26-11 final score. Blue team able to take this one home. And very nice. And my wife is here with coffee. Why can I... Have any thoughts on that game, Freight?
No, I mean, it was well played. It's pretty early on. Both teams were going at it. I liked the Apollo build. I did feel that it was really functional. It did a lot of work early on. Was able to keep up with a clear Medusa, who has a great clear.
Mm-hmm.
Just got caught out a few times. Just can't really help that, as like you said, the rotations for blue were more gank style kills, whereas red team were not really able to get that going.
No, they seem to be playing more reactionary on that note. But you know, you guys watch the game. I'm sure you have your own analysis of the game. So we will let this one go for today, and we'll be back with, what is today? Thursday? Maybe?
Today is Thursday. Wednesday? Tomorrow is Friday. We have more games tomorrow.
Yes, we have more games tomorrow, because today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. We will have another triad of games. Trifecta of games? I guess not a triad. This is kind of a... That's a gang.
Yeah,
so yeah, we'll go with that. So, join us tomorrow for more COG Academy. Thank you for watching so very much. I am Demon Machine, and co-casting with me is Freight Train X. Thanks for having us, and we'll be back tomorrow. Yay.
Yay.